Framework is what framework in mobile development framework is an application development platform that is designed to support mobile application development. As I told you earlier, that what a framework is, that it is already inbuilt structure of your coding, that you need not to add the library files, you need not mention the function, you need not mention the start of the file or coding. Just you have to enter the required parameters, required variables, and what operation the function should perform. So it means 50% work is being done by the application, that the frame is already ready. You just have to enter what variables you require and what function or what operation the function has to perform. So it is a software library that provides fundamental structure to support the development of application. So it is a software library that provides fundamental structures. So it means the structure is already given to you. So you need not to create a structure. As in case of C or C++, you have to design all the structure yourself. Then you have to enter all the variables by yourself, name the name of function and putting the parameter of function over there. 100% work is done by you in C and C++, whereas in this case 50% of the work is already being done by the framework, that the structure is ready. You just have to enter the name of the variables and whatever the function you require, function name, and what operation the function will perform. So it is a software library that provides a fundamental structure to support the development of application of a specific environment. It contains many components like toolset, compilers, debuggers, coding interface, and so on. So definitely, if you design a program, you need a compiler to check whether is there any error or not, any bug over there or not. So if there is any bug, you can update the coding and get the result of it. Developer write the source code of application, and then framework help the application for the desired mobile platform by using different components. So the framework will have the developer to just write the code that is required to design the application, and no need to go for the structure and run the what you can say, compile the program and get the result. So it means the framework help us to make our functioning much faster, because 50% of work is already being done by the framework. So how we can classify the framework? Mobile application for framework can be classified in three categories. Again, the native application, web application, and hybrid application that we did in the last lecture. The native application is that specifically designed for a particular platform. That, let's say, the native application for, there might be some particular framework for Android, there might be some particular framework for iOS. It means that framework are only used for the application that can run on Android. That framework can only be used for the application that run on iOS platform. So that are the native application. Web application concerned with application that is designed to deliver web pages on different platform. So web application means that you can run it on anywhere, any platform. So you just have to design a web page that run on the, in fact, we have to design an application that run on a web page. So if you design a application that on web page, definitely it can be run on any platform, either Android or iOS. And hybrid is a combination of both native and the web application. So here are some of the types of framework that are generally available in the market. So this is a real native framework: Flutter, Ionic, PhoneGap, and jQuery. So, so, so mobile framework is a frame of software system, or you can say subsystem. So it include all the auxiliary programs, or you can say library, or some scripting language utilities. So which facilitates the developer to develop the various component and integrate the component for the you can say development of the project. So let's start with the types of framework. So first one is the uh, React Native framework is created by the Facebook. Is an open source. Open source means it is available, it's totally free, available in the web page, or you can say open any website and you can collect from there. Then open source framework that offers you to develop mobile application for Android and iOS. And based on React and JavaScript. So based on React and JavaScript to develop the application. Okay. Uh, Real Native framework is created by Facebook. It is an open source. Open source means that you can get it from internet free of cost. Uh, that offer you to develop mobile application for Android and iOS. So it is a cross development framework. Cross development means you can design native as well as the web base using single code both for Android and iOS. So one of the example of the native framework is the Instagram mobile application that is being developed by the native framework. So benefit of React Native is that you can reuse the code, and it is cost effective because once you design the code, so you can use that code for the other program or other projects. So another way you can use for it, that is the Component-based development in software engineering, we use that components-based development means we design a component and we can use that component for further projects whenever they need. So it means code reusability means once we design the code, we can use that code to some other projects also. So compatible with third party plugin. So it can be easily compatible with the other objects of the mobile phone that you're using. Reusable components for optimal performance and provide a hot deployment feature and easy to maintain. Next is the Flutter framework. Flutter is a user interface software development toolkit to build native application. So native application means that is that can run on that particular platform. Flutter is a cross-platform mobile application development framework that works on one code base to develop Android as well as iOS application. The framework provides the large range of fully customized widget that helps to build native application in short span. So some of the major mobile application that are built in Flutter are the Google Ads, Water Maniac is some particular game application. So the benefits of Flutter are that it provides full native performance. So totally it's platform dependent. Flexible user interface, the user can easily interact with the application. Provides strong widget or mobile application support and offer built-in material design. And it's a process. With this, we can easily make fast mobile applications, development of mobile application. Then is Ionic framework. Ionic framework is uh, an open source framework build cross-platform mobile application using the web technology side like HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. So you can design the web application, or you can say mobile application using JavaScript, HTML. The application built through Ionic framework can work on Android or iOS or any other platform. The framework offer default user interface component like form, sheets, filter, menus through which the user can interact with the application. Ionic has its own command line interface and inbuilt features. So some of the examples of this Ionic framework are the Market Watch and Amtrak. What the benefits of this is this faster development application. With this, we can develop the application much less time, and built-in user interface components are there and platform independent. So you can run it on any particular platform. You can see it's HTML or CSS code. It means we can easily run it on web browser also. Next is a PhoneGap is an open source framework that allows you to build cross-platform application using the language again HTML and CSS. So it can run on both native and web-based application. The framework allows you to create single mobile application that can be installed as a native, or you can say we can install it as a web application. So you can use it in both cases. PhoneGap framework does not depend on any hardware configuration during development. As we said that if you run it on the web application, so it's totally you can say independent of that platform. Mobile application that build on PhoneGap have Wikipedia, Tripcast Builder. So these are examples of Wikipedia can run on any particular platform. So various benefits are code reusability, no hardware restrictions, plugin library and third-party tools, and a robust system support. Last one is the jQuery is an HTML-based, user-friendly, iterative interface mobile application. jQuery create websites and application for smartphone, tablet, or desktop devices. So it means whatever application we can design that will run on a web browser. So again, it has a cross-platform support covering cross-platform means it can run on any platform, either in Android, Windows, or iOS. So very benefits are compatible with mobile application development, lightweight in size, and simple and extensive application program interface support. So these are some of the application models that we can help in designing the. So next is the application development model. So an application model, what this model is, through which uh, we can graphically represent that how the application works, how step by step the actions are being performed in a particular uh, application. So with the help of this, we can define what are the various operation that are being done when we start the application, and how the application perform whenever we click on any particular operation. So the application model is a graphical representation of an application required to provide functionality of the application. Functionality means how it will work whenever we want to perform any operation. So application model specifies data structure and functionality that can be accessed through user interface. So it's effectively involved user experience, function, and create solution prior to coding. So there are two words that we mentioned over here. One is the user interface and one is the user experience. So what these two things is? These two things are: user interface means that you are currently interacting with that particular application, and a user can easily perform any operation on the application. That is user interface, that you are interacting with the application. So user experience means that you are using an application, and you have used the application one first time, second time, and so many times, and you give the reply or response that how is your experience by using that application. Are you feel comfortable by using that application, or you feel some difficulties to process or access that application? That is user experience. So that these two new factors are being used in software development, so that one can easily understand that application they have designed getting good reply for from the customer or not. So the user experience is a major factor whenever we develop the mobile application. So application model effectively involve user experience, function, and create solution prior to coding interaction. So if the experience of user is not good, then the developer will definitely find solution why the user is not getting the good experience, or why the user is having the problem while accessing the mobile application. So application model is easily understood by developer and stakeholder. So there are three sub models, that is a data model, process model, and graphical user interface model. So whenever we design the application model, we represent it in three form factors, that is data model, where data is stored, process model, whatever the action is going to be performed, and a graphical user interface model, that the model through which the user interact with the application. So data model is a typical element of object-oriented data modeling, like classes, attribute, aggregation, or it generates data access objects or pattern that provide abstract interface to database, and determine the design of user interface that is concerned with input and output. So it means in the data model, we are mostly concerned with how we interact with the data. So how we input the data and how we get the output of the data. Graphical user interface model control pages, styles, and menus. This is how we can interact with the application. The page type indicates the purpose of page, that is how we can select any particular option, how we can make any addition over there, view data. So inbuilt application model describe the required user interface just by selecting a page, uh, either by performing some action or to view the page. The code generator reduces the detailed structure of interface by consulting the data model. Finally, the process model defines the behavior of an application, including various type of sequentially performed tasks. It will tell us if we want to perform any operation, how that operation is being get performed, what operation is being done first, then later second one, then third. Define the sequence of the all the actions that are being performed in our process. The number of tasks are predefined, such as to create, read, update, delete, and the process model may refer to data type of data model uh, that invokes the page whenever the user interact with the graphical user interface. So this is one of the example of it, that uh, the application for a phone book, in which this application shall support the management of person contact as well as search for a phone number and set up the phone call. So whenever you want to make a call to particular person from mobile, so you always select the person phone or contact from the list of the you already have in your mobile phone, and how you select a particular number and how you can go for the calling a particular person. So simple data model is depicted in figure. That figure is the phone book. In the phone book, you have the person name, the person contact number, and you may or may not enter the email ID of the person. So these three are the main component, that you always give the name of person to whom you want to call, and definitely if you have a number, you definitely a name, you definitely have a number of that person, and it's optional that you write for email or not. And you select that person. After selecting that person, there are two options: either you call that person or either you send a message to a person. So it means two functions are being performed whenever we select a particular name from the number list, that either you call that person or you send message to a person. And whenever you want to write or edit that person data you have fed in the mobile phone, you can either add the where the person lives in or zip or country code. So these are additional information that you can add in the phone book of your mobile application. This is how the phone book look like. That in a phone book, whenever you select the list of uh, numbers, or you have fitted in your mobile phone, whenever you select a particular number, a particular name, you have two options, that either you go to call that person or you're going to send a message to that person. So the model user interface of your phone application, uh, in this part of application, what is pretty simple. It just contain style setting, it, menu and pages, namely the process selector page or edit page, view page. So it means whenever you you want to design how my phone book menu look like, so you go for the style of that, you can list of that person in your phone book, that you can select the selector page or edit the page, view the page, or select the table page, or you can integrate the two pages together. So this is a style setting that come under the model application model. So this is how we can say that how the framework help us to design the software application, and how it will make easy to develop the program, because half of the work is already being done by the framework, and the rest of the framework will be the coding and the function that we want to add, that is being done by the developer himself. So it means this is how the framework will help us to reduce the tasks and make our effort easy and fast, and less time consuming, and obviously less cost also. So this is how we can use the framework. So it is all about the today's lecture regarding the framework. So far we have done the introduction about the mobile application and the framework for the mobile application. So this is quite enough for today's lecture, and